Start by laying on your back, pull your knees into your chest, allowing your low back to relax and release. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. You can rock side to side here if you want to. If that feels like it opens and releases a little bit, go ahead and do that. Next, we move on to a glute stretch, taking the ankle over the knee, grabbing onto the hamstring and pulling in toward your chest here, relaxing your legs, but feeling the stretch in the glute on the side here. If this is too challenging for you, you can keep your foot on the ground and use your hand to press this knee open a little bit to get that stretch there. And again, same thing here. If you want to rock, you can. Or you can hold it center. Other side. Grabbing onto the hamstring, pulling it in. You can rock if you want. You might find different areas, like if you rock to the side here, you might be like, oh, I feel that stretch a little bit more, and you might choose to hold it there. Back to the center, one leg comes out straight, other leg is bent and rolls across the body here. And keeping the chest open and shoulder blades on the ground, take the other arm out to the side and turn your head to face the arm that's outstretched to the side. Allowing the spinal twist to open, relax the lower back and stretch the chest. Taking some deep breaths here. Let's go ahead and move to the other side. One leg out straight, drop the knee across the body, bring the arm out and turn to face the hand that's reaching out to the side, opening up the pelvis, opening up the low back here, also opening up the chest, keeping the shoulders on the ground. Bring it back to center, rolling it back up. Let's bring the soles of the feet together here. Wherever your knees land is fine. Grab onto the ankles, and with your exhale, bring your chest forward as far as it feels comfortable. We're stretching the inner thighs here. You will feel some in your lower back, but if you feel primarily low back, I want you to focus on dropping the knees and leading with the chest, hinging from the pelvis here and not rounding the back forward. Back is nice and flat, pulling forward, stretching the inner thighs. Next, we'll take one leg out straight here. Toe is pointed up toward the ceiling. We're going to make sure that we put our hands somewhere that feels comfortable. We're not trying to reach for the toe here. We're trying to hinge from the pelvis again with a straight, flat back and move the chest forward with a flat back so that we're isolating the hamstring up here. Rounding the back tends to stretch the back a little bit more. We're going to stretch the hamstring right now. So keep that toe pointed up toward the ceiling and lean forward with a nice straight flat back. Go ahead and switch sides. Other leg out straight, bring the foot in. Land your hands wherever they feel comfortable. Hinging from the pelvis, nice straight flat back, leading the chest toward the leg, toward the foot. Making sure that you breathe. If you can't move very far, that's totally fine. If you can bring your chest to your leg, that's fine too. Working with your own range of motion right now. Bringing it back to center. We're going to take one hand on the opposite knee. Other hand comes behind and we twist. On each exhale, twist a little bit farther. Opening up the back, opening up the chest a little bit. Come back to center, and we're going to do the other side, opposite hand, opposite knee. Hand comes behind and twists through the torso. Deep inhale, and on your deep exhale, try to move a little bit farther. Taking it back to the center. You're going to bring your elbow down toward the ground. If you can't reach that far, you can prop up a little bit on your hand. You're going to take the opposite hand up and over, reaching for the wall way over there. With this exercise or this stretch, we're stretching out the quadratus lumborum, which is on the side of our lower back. Common muscle to get pulled for most people. So we're going to reach and stretch that out. Open up, keep reaching, keep reaching. Bring it back to the center. Other side, elbow either comes down or prop up on your hand. And then reach all the way for that wall right across there. Stretching the side of your body, stretching the low back, that quadratus lumborum. Opening it back up. Bring it back to center. And then bringing the legs in a Z-shaped position. So knees are bent like this. We're going to grab onto the back ankle and pull the foot toward the butt cheek. We're going to stretch the quad up front here. If you have the mobility and flexibility to bring that knee back a little bit more, you can also stretch the hip flexor as well as the quad in the front here. It's the bend in the leg that gets more of the quad. It's the opening of the pelvis that gets more of the hip flexor if you feel tight in there. So pulling that ankle toward the butt cheek and release. Let's do the other side. Legs like a Z shape. Grab onto the ankle. Pull the ankle. Pull the foot toward the butt cheek. You can hold right here if that's comfortable, or move that knee back. Get the quad and the hip flexor, whatever feels comfortable to you. And bring it back to the center. Crossing the legs, or however it feels comfortable to sit upright here. Clasp the hands behind the back. Open up the chest. Draw the shoulder blades down and together on your back. Rolling the shoulders down and back, opening up and stretching the chest and everything in the front of the body. If you want to look up the ceiling, you can look up at the ceiling, open up the neck, open up the front body, and release.